Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you. And today we need to talk about Ethereum because I really do think that Ethereum is getting ready to do some big things here. And I want to throw out some price predictions for what I think Ethereum can hit in the not so distant future. So if that sounds interesting at all, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this one. Now, first of all, Ethereum has a ton of hype and a ton of news coming out, especially Ethereum 2.0, which we'll probably just save for a whole separate video. But with that being one of the catalysts that I think will cause Ethereum to continue to move upwards, I want to look at some technical analysis along with these fundamentals that we have backing it. Now, obviously, Ethereum produces most of, I would say, the cryptocurrency world's financial aspects, right? A lot of these decentralized applications, whether that be games or companies or actual use products that companies build their backbones off of, or even their services, is built off of, for the most part, the Ethereum blockchain. Now, there are other ones. You have Cardano, EOS, and people build applications on all sorts of blockchains. But Ethereum supporting the most of them by far. And with that, we see that reflected in the popularity and the price of Ethereum. But looking at the actual technical analysis of this, it's pretty obvious that Ethereum had a fairly nice bottom of this area right below 1800, right above 1700, and it touched this actually 3 separate times. Now, this is one of the things that I talked about in my live stream the other day, but when we see 1, 2, 3 separate macro swings to the downside, and all these hold, it almost looked like it was becoming a descending triangle because we had this falling level of resistance and this flat level of support. But with this being broken out of and both of the EMAs starting to look upwards, Ethereum is starting to look a whole lot better. Now, I think that one of the best arguments for this is that Ethereum broke out of this and it actually has a pretty nice higher swing high from its previous high, which was just around, I would say, 2300, and Ethereum now being at around 2700. So with this happening, this is clearly saying that, without a, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Ethereum is hitting this higher high, and ultimately this whole descending triangle argument is now out the window because it hit that higher swing high. This is now invalidated. So this is definitely a good thing for Ethereum to see, but we've also seen a pattern like this before, and I want to take a look at that as well, similar to what we looked at in the previous video about how all of the altcoins really look pretty good right now. So of course, remember this, we have this rounding bottom, we have the same level of support, what appeared to be a descending triangle that actually got broken out of, and then the higher high was really the catalyst and the starting point for when the next bull run happened on Ethereum. So if we wind back the time clock just a little bit and we look at what happened over here back in 2018, which by the way was a great run, right? Beautiful run, we had it come up, but then after the pretty nasty downfall, Ethereum wasn't looking so hot. We were having consistently lower swing highs, and with that, I want to bring out the drawing tool again. We had almost another descending triangle. Again, we had these consistent lower swing highs, lower swing highs, lower swing highs, and we had this relatively same level of support for the most part, which is hovering just around that $100 range. Now, this was all broken when Ethereum broke past this pattern and broke above this previous all-time high, or excuse me, not all-time high, this attempt to the downside of $285. So when this happened and it invalidated this whole idea by reaching just above here, which is exactly what we're seeing right now in my opinion. So with this actually happening, this was kind of the catalyst to say, hey, this is no longer valid, this is no longer any kind of valid argument because we've broken out of this, and the idea of a descending triangle with all of these lower swing highs is now out the window because we now have a higher swing high. So I think that this is very similar to what we're looking at over here. This could be a flat, or what some people like to call a rounding bottom, and that could very well be the case for what we're seeing over here on Ethereum as well. And if that is the case, and that this was just kind of a shorter term scale of what we saw back in 2017, 18, and 19, then this could really be the precedent for Ethereum hitting a new all-time high. Now, I want to talk about some prices that I want to throw around here because I think that one day Ethereum will hit $10,000. Now again, that might sound crazy to some people, but when you think about how much it's actually being used and how much the, I would say even just the NFT and blockchain based side of the gaming and entertainment industry has really just started taking off, I think that 5-10 years from now, it will be such a regular part of what we do in society, especially in like the entertainment industry, that it won't be a surprise to see a lot of things that are related and revolved around that be used as a form of currency to trade these to trade these NFTs or in-game items, or to even create a currency for these virtual environments. So I don't think it'll be anything crazy to say that they can't hit that, and that's, again, my thoughts on that area. So what would that actually do? If we were to look at Ethereum hitting a $10,000 evaluation from where we're currently at right now, that'd be, well, let's just say roughly about 290, about 300% to the upside. Now, what I'm really hoping that Ethereum will do, and what I think is quite likely actually, is that Ethereum will probably have some sort of a pullback to one of these EMAs. We're seeing a little bit of maybe bearish presence at the price point of where we're at right now, just below 2,700, which would make sense because we're just below a pretty major resistance level, one of the last major resistance levels for Ethereum. And what I'd like to see is for us to pull back to one of these EMAs, whether that's the 50 or the 200 on the one-day time scale. So I think both are pretty likely, and or maybe not both are pretty likely, but it's definitely likely that we see some sort of a pullback in the future to retest what was previously resistance, now turned support, and then to see ultimately Ethereum make a higher swing low somewhere around this area before it continues to the upside. So that is my prediction for Ethereum. Again, I think Ethereum looks great. There's a lot of fundamentals and technicals into this that look very good. And I think that we could see some pretty nice movement coming into the not so distant future here. Again, there's going to be ups and downs. Nothing I say is legal, financial, or tax advice in any way. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, as there is a lot more content like this to come. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And I look forward to seeing all of you very, very soon.